Welcome, friends, to Lewis Acre Farm. I am Karma, and this is Advent slash Vlogmas. I'll get the word right. Vlogmas Day 5. And we are continuing on with the Clipper Teas Advent calendar. And this has been really, really enjoyable. I have some fond memories of enjoying tea with my family, and I'll share that story with you in a few minutes. But first of all, we need to open our tea and enter the Clipper Tea shop and village to find out what we're drinking tonight. And spoiler alert, I already know. I read the box ahead of time so I wouldn't have to struggle with that. Removing my glasses to read and all of those fun things that you have to face when you get older. You know, I started wearing glasses when I was 10, and my vision has gotten worse over the years. It's kind of stable now, but anyway, still, as you get older, your vision isn't as clear. But tonight, we are drinking, we have a beautiful red package, and there's our elf still sitting on the edge of the cup. I hope he's not washing his feet in there. And his partner is bringing our package. And anyway, tonight's tea is cranberry and cinnamon. Doesn't that sound really perfect for the season? I think so. The one thing I didn't do, though, while I was looking ahead, was check out the ingredients. It has organic cinnamon and cranberry orange flavoring, star anise, oh, that's going to be good, orange peel, cranberry pieces, natural black currant flavoring, and I guess that's it. This is going to be really, really good. I can tell already. So let's see. I can definitely smell it through the package. One thing I do appreciate is that these are paper pouches. We have some cranky kids over here. We don't need to be cranky, baby girl. Miss Molly, you need to be nice. Jim Bob, it might be better to leave her alone. Come on, Jim Bob, leave her alone. Be a good little brother. And then they have the unbleached tea bag, which is really nice. It makes it a little bit more earth-friendly. And surprise, surprise, a new cup. And I do believe this. Life is definitely better with cats in it. As you can tell with my household full. If anybody is looking for a really good cat, I have 20 plus that need homes. If you're new to the channel and you're not aware, I do cat and kitten rescue, and I ended up starting out with a little mama and her 2 litters that she had a year ago, and little mama and 2 of her daughters ended up being pregnant, which meant we ended up with 14 more kittens. However, we lost 1 of the kittens, but we still have 13 more. And so I need homes. They are absolutely amazing, amazing cats. Very friendly, very loving, playful, litter box trained, and they are all spayed and neutered. I have not been able to get them vaccinated, but they are spayed and neutered, and that is definitely, in my opinion, even more important than the vaccines. That can be done later, but the spaying and neutering is top priority. So if you live anywhere near or can arrange for transportation and you're interested, I live in the Southwest Idaho region, and I would love to find these babies good quality homes. But anyway, I have started my tea, and it is really, really pretty. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that is a beautiful color. So anyway, so my memory about tea, oh my, I just realized my hair. It's been a long day. We're keeping it real tonight. We're keeping it very real. We got siblings squabbling, hair out of place, you know, we're just keeping it real. The memory that I wanted to share with you is about my mama. And years ago, my son and I was a single mom, and my son and I were living in a duplex, and I was receiving assistance to pay my rent. The owner of the duplex was a very elderly man and his wife. They were needing to downsize, and so they put the duplex on the market. But because I was receiving assistance, their realtor told them that it would be better if I was not living there. It'd make it easier to sell. And so he asked me to move. I tried to find a place to live and I couldn't. There was just nothing out there that I could afford. And so my son and I moved in with my parents, and I was down to the wire. I had like 3 days to move out and get the place cleaned up. We moved in with my parents and we shared a bedroom. He was 9 when we moved, and we had bunk beds. It was a full twin bunk bed set. But I remember that first night, and I was so exhausted. I went and sat in my daddy's recliner, and I just heaved a sigh. Well, not too long after that, my mama comes in, and I don't know if you can see or not, but she came in and she clasped her hands down at her waist just like this, and she greeted me so sweetly. And she goes, "It's 8 o'clock, the water's hot. Would you like a cup of tea?" And after all the stress of trying to find a home for my son and I miss my mama so much. But after all that stress, I just bust out laughing. And it was just such a good stress reliever. And I said, "Absolutely, Mama, I would love a cup of tea." So she made us a cup of tea. And this was in the middle of July. No, it was the beginning of July. It was around the 4th of July. So it's hot out. And we're sitting there and we're sipping on hot tea at 8 o'clock at night, just enjoying each other's company. And the next night, she comes in. "It's 8 o'clock, the water's hot. Would you like a cup of tea?" And it never failed for the entire 10 months that we lived with them. 8 o'clock, almost on the dot. "It's 8 o'clock, the water's hot. Would you like a cup of tea?" And so it became a little bit of a family joke, full of love. We did it out of love, but we would tease Mama. "It's 8 o'clock, the water's hot. Would you like a cup of tea?" If we could beat her to it. Because all it took was putting a cup of water in the microwave. But it's just something special. And I think about that every time I think about my mama and I'm having tea. Just remembering those special times. So tea holds a very special place in my heart. And when I do have tea, I think of my mama. If you're going through grief at any time of year, it doesn't have to be just during the holidays, but if you're facing grief, think about those special things. And if your mama or your spouse or your child did something special, remember with fondness those special things and reenact it, or enjoy that cup of tea at 8 o'clock. I remember I ordered a little plaque and planted a bush. It was like a stepping stone for the garden. It had a little saying on it, and it had my mama's birth and death dates so that I could put it in the garden, and I planted a beautiful plant for her, and it's there with the roses, and her name was Rose. It's a family name. My middle name is Rose, and the day that we put it in the garden and we did a memorial for her in my flower garden, we did it right at 8 o'clock, and we had a cup of hot tea sitting in the garden, remembering and talking about the special things that we enjoyed and remembered about my mama. Maybe if you've lost a child, maybe your child really, really liked chocolate chip pancakes. Make that your special breakfast for their birthday. And sit around the table talking about your child. And remember the funny little things they said or did, and enjoy chocolate pancakes in honor of your child. I don't care if they were 60 or 30 when they passed. Remember something special about that child, or if it's your spouse. What was something that they did or said that was special and unique? Like my mama and her cup of tea at 8 o'clock, hands clasped. It's 8 o'clock, the water's hot. Would you like a cup of tea? I know I do. I'm ready to try my tea. It's well past 8 o'clock right now, but we're going to pretend it's 8 o'clock. Would you like a cup of tea? Let's see what this tea tastes like. Maybe if the water was still as hot as it was when I brought it in, it'd be better. But I don't think this one's my favorite. It's still good, but it's definitely not my favorite. I thought it would be better. And like I said, if it was hotter, perhaps it would be. The cinnamon doesn't come through as strong as I'd hoped. But the cranberry is definitely there. And it's still that full-bodied, creamy type texture to it. And I think I've been mentioning it has that texture, that full-bodied texture. It reminds me of drinking broth. It's that thick, brothy type texture to it. And it's good. It's just not, so far, one of my favorites of the Advent box. But I hope that you can embrace the memories with fondness and do something special to remember the ones whose memories leak from your eyes this holiday season. Find a way to remember them with fondness. Don't be ashamed of the tears. You know, Jesus catches every tear that you cry, and he holds them. Every tear is a memory, and every tear is love. And I've heard it said many times from some very special people that I know. Grief is love that has no place to go. And I believe that. But it does have some place it can go. It goes to our Heavenly Father, and he will hold it. Because he catches every tear, and he'll wipe them from our eyes. Have a cup of tea, whether it's 8 o'clock or midnight, or maybe it's first thing in the morning when you're having your breakfast. Remember it with fondness. Remember your loved one with fondness. Don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to let your grief go. It's okay. Letting it go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean that you're no longer loving them. It means that you're releasing the pain and embracing the memories and the joy of having loved that special person. So I'm going to go and enjoy my cup of memories. And I hope you have an incredibly blessed day. I know I am. Catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.